Brad Biggs and Dan Wiederer at Soldier Field after the Bears lose to the Lions 24-20 on Sunday. Finished the season 6-10, a game better than they were a year ago. But Dan, they were 1-5 in the NFC North, 1-7 here at Soldier Field this season. A lot of work to be done for this football team moving forward.
No question. Same old story here today. Short-handed team makes critical mistakes at bad times, and they lose a close game. We've seen this act before. The Bears finished 1-7 at Soldier Field. That was not encouraging. I think on the whole, though, players left that locker room today convinced that John Fox had given them hope throughout the season. John Fox's key words in the post-game press conference were, "We'll get better soon." And I think he has convinced at least the locker room that they're close, that they just need to upgrade some talent, that they have the right foundation, and we'll see where it goes from here. But obviously, only a one-game improvement in the standings, but a much better feeling as they leave the final game today.
Right. I mean, you can see these quick turnarounds, worst to first in the National Football League. We didn't see that here, and I think the takeaway I had from this game was, hey, they're in last place again.
Yeah.
I mean, they got beat by the Lions now for the 6th consecutive time, and the Lions are a team that Bears fans like to poke fun at and make fun of, and well, they're kicking your tail.
Well, look, the Lions finished with 6 wins in their last 8 games, and then when you put that in the context of what the Packers and Vikings are playing for in the season's final day, it gives you perspective on the ground that the Bears need to make up. They need to get better. They need to upgrade the personnel across the roster. They also need to be healthier in 2016, and we'll see if this team can achieve that as they go forward to try and make some leaps forward.
13 of the 22 starters in today's game were members of were on the roster at the end of the 2014 season. I think that number will be whittled about in half when they start next year. They need help. They've got to get better defensively. They've got to be able to rush the quarterback better. Like you said, they got to stay healthier. They need to be much better at the wide receiver position than they were, where injuries just crushed them.
And look, as we said for a while, right now the pressure intensifies on Ryan Pace. He's got a lot of in-house decisions to make. Guys like Matt Forte, Alshon Jeffrey, Martellus Bennett. There's a lot of big names on this roster that Ryan Pace has to figure out what he's going to do with. And then obviously he's got to formulate plans for the draft and free agency to try and upgrade this team. That's a big task right now for this team, as you mentioned. They are undermanned and obviously need to get better in a lot of key areas.
So here's the first thing. Ryan Pace will have a press conference Monday about 3 o'clock at Hallis Hall. First time he will have spoken on the record since training camp, when he just gave a kind of a Kevin White update. So long time since we've heard from him. Check back with us here at ChicagoTribune.com. Tomorrow afternoon after that press conference, we'll have a ton of news, and then stick with us throughout what will be a very interesting offseason for the Chicago Bears.